Do you know what you're doing, Jim?
Hmm?
Okay. God, I wish I had talented kids like that. Now he's going to replace your game photographer one of these
He
days.
could do it. No, he'd
Sure.
be playing though. He'd be
Oh.
replacing John.
Is that right? What grade is he in now?
What grade? Let's see.
Seventh.
Seventh?
Grade. Seventh
Yeah,
grade.
one ahead of my baby.
Yeah.
So, where do you go to? Out here?
Yeah, North Junior High.
Oh, north.
Yeah.
Okay, you got a long drive in every day, haven't you? Are you taping?
Yeah.
Is that right? This is all going to be on. Well, I'll be a son of a gun.
You're a TV celebrity.
Is that right? I ran into one of my old buddies in the radio broadcasting days the other day at a filling station in St. Cloud. That's where he and I first got to know each other. Now he's a big radio station owner and everything else down in Texas and up here.
Who's that?
Al Layton.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh.
he was doing it for Little Falls when I was doing it for WJON back in the mid-50s. And you can just see how his star rose and mine just stay right.
Oh, yours
well.
too. Yeah. See, Jim is one guy that gets on camera that isn't. You don't have to worry about him talking. Usually everybody else
here,
gets in there. They just kind of hide and they don't know what to say. But this one guy.
Yeah, we've done this more. Well, I met your dad for the first time.
No.
Okay, I was doing play-by-play for one of the local radio stations, and Big George Dernberger was AD over here at St. John. And he called me one day, he said, say, I got a terrific new coach coming out of St. John, right? And he told me all about
Better
it.
than that, tell him about that Concordia. That's better yet.
Oh, the Concordia game? We're going up to, John's going up to play Concordia, and at Concordia, in a night game. This was a night game. And John and I are standing like this out in the middle of the playing field, right? Up the 50-yard line. We're watching how the football players line up and they run out for a pass, warming up. And Gagliardi's got all his kids with their helmets on. Concordia didn't have any helmets, half of them. And two big guys go out, number 74, number 78 or whatever it was, and they hit head on as they go across the field. And one guy is laying on his back, and the blood coming out of his mouth and so forth. And Gagliardi says, hey, Statz, he said, run over there and see if one of those guys, what their numbers are, see. Because if one's a starter, that's what we run our plays to, Thinking all the time, see. But getting back to how I met your dad, I come out to the practice field on their first practice, and I'm standing on one end of the field, and I'm saying to Dernberger, I said, hey, where is this great coach? I expected to see somebody who looked like an athlete or something like that. And here's this, and he said, well, there he is over there, the fellow over there with the glasses. I said, God, he looked like a biology professor. Well, he looked like to me. So that shows how much I know, see. Terrific coach. That's it.
That's it?
Come on over here. Get in here yourself a minute.
St. John's, 1976. You're a little bit behind time there, John.
One of your claims.
Oh, national champions. Okay.
National.
Okay.
Gotta get your daughter and
We'll bring her out
well,
here
you bring her out here.
God, these guys are getting bigger.
Yeah.
John, look at
Talk
that.
talk to
He's
Mr.
about twice
Statz
as
there.
tall as you are.
One thing you don't have to worry about, you don't have to worry about conversation with Statz.
Tell me, really now, in front of your dad and everything, what was it like playing for your dad? That's the question you get all the time.
I get that all the time.
Right.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
Not that
Well, I think that, do you agree with this, that it takes two?
Yeah.
The son and the father have to
Yeah.
have some understanding about the whole bit, right?
Uh-huh.
And, one of the things that really, I'm not saying this because we're taping this now at Gagliardi's house, but one of the things in my whole career out here at St. John's that really made me feel good was the day that you were interjected out there when Smith got hurt.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting up there, and behind me in the press box are 3 scouts. I don't know, I forget where the young men were from. But after the ball game, they volunteered a comment. They said, that young guy that was out there replaced Smith is a much better ball handler than Smith is. Now this is exactly what they said. They were young fellows scouting from St. Olaf or wherever they were from. And I thought that was a hell of a tribute, because you did a